Noto in Sicily is considered the best place to go for wine tastings. Just about 20 minutes outside of the city center, you'll find some of the most beautiful vineyards. We visited Tenuta La Favola. Fun fact, Noto is a part of the Syracuse province, and Syracuse used to be the largest city in all of Europe. Tenuta La Favola actually grows grapes for its wine, but also has a small orchard of olive trees as well. The family actually stays in the home during off season, which is actually now, but we actually were able to have our own personal tour of the vineyard as well as our wine tasting all to ourselves. And guess what? I love personal attention. After a tour of the property, we actually went into the cantina where they actually prepare the wine. All of the history of everything that has happened at this vineyard is right here in this cantina. In fact, the same family for the past 200 years has been growing grapes and making wine here on this vineyard. And yes, it is not a myth. Italians used to crush grapes with their feet to make wine. A lot of the agriculture actually comes from Sicily. Because of the volcanic ash, the earth here is actually rich in minerals. The tour of the cantina let us see the entire history, not only of the family, but also of the winemaking process. The entire evolution of the process and how it's evolved along with the family is right here in this cantina. The wine being stored now in ceramic vats means that there's no other flavors from wood or anything seeping inside of the wine. They're even sharing the pictures of the history of their family making wine here on this property for 200 years. In fact, this very cantina has evolved as well. They used to store the wine underneath this cantina. The floors in which we're walking on used to be where the wine was. Now let's get to actually tasting the wine. We did a small tasting of just 4 wines. Each wine was completely unique and completely delicious. Our sommelier explained the wines as well as the history of the name of the vineyard. Tenuta La Favola actually means to hold on to the fairy tale in English. The first wine the family created on the vineyard they called La Favola. And after they grew the vineyard and actually started to sell their wines, they named it Tenuta La Favola to hold on to the fairy tale that they had dreamed up when they decided to make wine. I've done a few wine tastings in my lifetime, and what I really liked about this place and this vineyard and the sommelier is that it really wasn't pretentious. They offered the wine as well as a simple pairing with some bread and some olive oil that was made right here, as well as some olives and some sun-dried tomatoes, another must-have when you are in Sicily. Nero d'Avolo is another great wine, and this one is dedicated to one of the owner's friends, and we got to taste this one as well. I really enjoyed the vineyard and Sicily in general, and I can't wait to visit again in the future.